The Tower of Babel. Who hasn't heard that story? Human beings on Earth trying to build a skyscraper thousands of years ago? Come on. Everyone knows that old tale. But what most people don't know is the unbiblical version. What if I told you that what was recorded in the Bible is only half the story? Would you like to hear the rest of it? Allow me to take you thousands of years back to a time after the Great Flood, not in the days of Noah or even of his 3 sons, but in the days of his grandsons, and specifically the 4 sons of Ham, Mizraim, Cush, Phut, and Canaan. These 4 boys grew up to become leaders of 4 major families on Earth. And as the story goes, these 4 families came up with a really strange idea, an idea to build a tower so high, not just to touch the sky, but to reach heaven. So, they then started off by looking for a piece of land big enough to accommodate this structure. A total of 600,000 people was involved in the search, and this took them 2 days. And when they found a suitable area, they divided themselves into 3 groups, each group consisting of 200,000 people. The first group said they wanted to ascend into heaven, find God, and fight with him. The second group said they wanted to reach heaven, place their own idols there, and worship them. And the last group wanted to find the God of heaven, and pierce him with spears and arrows. So using these strange thoughts as motivation, they began to build. With bricks and with mortar, they built it. The circumference of the tower was a 3 days walk, and it grew so high that it would take them 1 full year to move the bricks from the ground to the top of the building where they were needed. And if a brick ever fell down and broke into pieces, they would all weep for it. Talk about commitment. But if a man fell and died, not a single person would even turn to look at him. Yes, these people were that crazy. And when the God in heaven saw this, he told the 70 angels that are close to him to go down to the earth and confuse the languages of men, so that they may not understand one another. And the 70 angels did so. Obviously, this created a lot of confusion and misunderstanding among the builders. So they began to kill each other because nobody could understand what their neighbor was saying. And this was the first judgment that God rained down upon them. After that, he also judged them according to their 3 groups. The ones that wanted to worship idols, he turned into apes and elephants. The ones that wanted to pierce God with spears, he caused to kill each other. And the group that wanted to fight with him, God scattered across the face of the earth. And anybody else among them who was left abandoned the tower and was scattered as well. And as for the tower, the ground beneath it split open and swallowed 1/3 of it. And afterwards, fire came down from heaven and burnt down 1/3 as well. And the remaining third of the tower was left standing as a reminder and a warning to the generations that would follow, not to mess with God.